Hello there. I wanted to show you a little unboxing of some connection kits that we just wrapped up, getting ready to ship out for our client, the National Center for Applied Transit Technology. They do a series of workshops. We've been working with them on a few of them now, and this is the most recent one. In this case, they opted to use our boxes. We do offer that as a discounted option because it's free marketing for us. And if the brand we're working with doesn't care, doesn't mind that their stuff is coming in our branding, then that is a lower cost option that we offer. So this is a workshop on free GIS tools for transit technology. GIS is mapping software. So if you've ever used Google Maps or a GPS or anything like that, you've been using GIS technology, even if you don't know that acronym. So this box here, we've got a welcome card. Of course, always want to have some sort of welcome message in the mix, telling them why they got it, you're excited to work with them, what to expect, what's in the box, and why. I gotta tell you, sometimes I get these boxes that have like shredded paper in them, and I hate that because it makes a mess. So, to me, tissue paper feels a little more like Christmas morning. That's kind of the feeling we want to have people have, or whatever, birthday, holidays where you receive gifts that you might celebrate. We did some light event branding. So we came up with this little event logo and this map graphic. They're actually doing some hands-on map tools, activities as part of this workshop. And we picked a graphic from the same area, which is downtown Baltimore, that their workshop activity is, and made that into part of the event branding. We actually kind of pulled inspiration, color palette, and such from a. Yep, here it is on the bookshelf. This is like an old classic map landscape architecture book called Designing with Nature. And when we were in our discovery sessions with the client, this came up as something. It wasn't something I knew about before. But I went ahead and ordered a copy of the book, and we used that as the source of our inspiration. So you see like the color palette and stuff, these blues and greens, we pulled from that color palette and that style of map graphics to develop this branding. Drop something on the floor. So we got these notebooks, their branding, event branding, which we did. Common terms for the map making profession. So a little sort of glossary of terms as a handy reference, kind of like the old field notes, field guide style notebook. Just for fun, a sticker sheet. Isn't part of the activities for the workshop, but everybody loves a sticker. Then as part of the workshop too, we worked with them to develop these flashcards. So we got this little deck of flashcards that again is different terminologies, because as people are working with learning how to use this technology, of course there's jargon and a whole litany of words and definitions that you need to learn and know. And so we developed these flashcards that they could use to help learn that and throughout the workshop. Again, all kind of on brand for what we came up with for their event. With the technology, and this is true of many industries, the technology often is derived from, especially the nomenclature and maybe how it works together, is usually derived from older analog methods. So in the earlier days, when you had to do this sort of map work, before computers and before GIS, certainly, you would use traditional drafting tools. And so we're kind of doing a little bit of a retro throwback with this kit, and found these kind of multi-purpose rulers that have protractor, different symbols, templates, a little rolling measure, so you can, on a map, set it down, roll, measure, do your scale, figure out your distance. So a handy little analog tool. And then there, as part of the workshop activity, they will be doing using some analog tools in the old method to help understand how that translates into the digital tools. So again, we created, the way this used to be done was, you might remember these, people of a certain age, with the opaque projectors and so forth, but it's with transparencies, right? So what we did is we created this print piece that has layers of transparencies for the different layers that you could turn on and off on a digital map. This is kind of how that works too. Anybody who's worked in design software, layers, this is kind of where that comes from. It used to be layers of acetate. So we developed this map so that they could work through the workshop activity of drawing out buffers and things like that for designing routes for transit in the urban and suburban and rural environments. So that was a pretty cool piece. Actually came out looking really nice, I think. And this was one where I was a little bit not sure how the layers of ink are going to turn out. It's a little bit of a experiment, but it actually came out really nice. Very happy with how that came out. Of course, the way that'll work is with a dry erase marker. So with the acetate sheets, they can draw on, they can use their ruler, they can do their activity, and then they can wipe it off. We also, in keeping with that sort of traditional, a little more older school drafting theme, rather than including like a branded pen, we have a branded mechanical pencil. Looks pretty cool. These also, I think, look really sharp. A nice kind of metallic finish. They came out real nice. And a nice little pouch. And then again, just for fun, these have been going in all the kits we do for them. Little stress buses, which is just, a fun thing they wanted to include. And who couldn't use a little after the past few years we've had, right? So, I've rambled on quite longer than I intended to, but I hope that these give you some ideas. A big part of what we offer as part of our service is this whole discovery process. So we really carve out some time to sit down and facilitate discovery and brainstorming activities that are fun. We use some digital whiteboarding tools where we can all get in with the team and kind of throw ideas up on the screen together in the same sort of virtual space, and really work through understanding the brand and the audience and coming up with content and activities to help facilitate connection and drive engagement, enrollment, excitement, and help build your community and your brand. So if that sounds of interest to anyone, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm John Hornsby with Hornsby Creative. You can reach us at hornsbycreative@gmail.com.